Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for the following, subscribes, likes, and all the other wonderful things that you are partaking by being a part of my channel. It's always a pleasure to see you again. So as I was saying, this is the painting. And this is the last part of the episode for this piece. So today what we're doing is the finishing color that's going on top of this, plus a little extra shine to it. And also, I wanted to mention from the last video we saw, this is the tool I used to do the engraving in the paint, which gave these lines and different markings that created the effect of the 3D. And if you feel the painting, you can feel the marks and the grooves and the textures from that. So let's begin, shall we? I hope everyone's having a great weekend and being safe. I am taking my favorite brush. It's always good to have paper towel I use for cleaning and getting excess water paint when I want to use it for either different effects or just on the spot cleaning, so I can do painting a little bit easier. I always have my tools with me. Okay, let's just put this to the side. There we go. And you can see in the focus this is the paint. It is again the same company because I really like this paint. It's made in Spain. I'm trying to get it to focus. Now, can you see it? But it's a beautiful color. It's a crimson red, high gloss, and that will be our finishing special coat to complete the project. Let's get started. Now I prefer sometimes to use what paint is in the lid first before I actually go into the container. And I do have a palette, but because it's not a huge project I'm doing right now, I prefer just using the paint as it is. Okay, so I'm going to pull this back so you can see it a little better. And we'll just move that out of the way. There we go. And there we go. This is, again, you can use whatever brush you might choose, depending on the kind of work you want to do, the detail. I prefer different brushes. Again, this is my medium. I used it on the last one. The very first coat we did, that you see, was this brush. This was the brush I used. It's the same one. And it is a medium. Bristle brush. You can go to Curry's or this Sears, which is one of my favorite stores for paints and all things to do with painting. I love that store. It's my favorite. And whatever you prefer, really. But that's my go-to for my paints. So now this is being applied differently than my original first coat. It's not being applied the same way because it's not going to be done. It's not going to be done in excess like the first one. So we're just gonna lightly go over it. It's gonna give it a really beautiful sheer red gloss to it and just make it transform once again into a really beautiful. Can you see? Isn't that great? There's the red there. It's not going to be heavily painted with this because it's like a very high finish gloss paint. So, we are just, I'm kind of doing different spots with it. But basically it will cover where I want it to cover, and that's pretty much it. So I did take a little bit of time before I finished this because I wanted to think exactly what I wanted it to be when it was the final piece before I just did the piece. And can you see? There we go. It's coming along very nicely. And when it's dry, it will look completely different too. It always looks different when it's dry. I'm just gonna do one coat. That's all I want. And that was the whole idea anyway. So one coat is more than good for what I'm doing. And it is a very strong paint because it's like a varnish gloss, high finish. It's a very strong paint, like oils and like certain types of paint. Fabric paint too can be that way. Ventilation is a must. I have fan going because the gloss is very strong and the fumes they're not too bad, but again, ventilation for any kind of paint is important. So, and if you see it under the light, just try to catch different. See? Looks really good. This is indoor lighting it too, so. It's great. But I've almost covered everywhere, which means the last part of it is coming. And you guys are gonna like the last part because the last part is my favorite. It's the finalization of the painting completely and my extra special detail. I love detail. I love doing detail on my work. That is one thing I love doing the most, is detail. So, I hope you all enjoy my videos. And I try to switch up things and kind of throw in little things I do or things I like to do on the side just to kind of make it fresh, make it fun, give you an insight to my person. So I hope you enjoy it. I am very thankful for your likes and your subscribing, and please do subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified for the newest and latest content that comes out. Thank you. All my paintings can be ordered online, and the shipping is free. So, if you're ever considering or thinking of having a piece, an original of my work in your home, office, wherever you feel like having something that's very fresh and very unique, then feel free to DM me or get in touch with me on the links in my About. I am on Instagram, as I said. I have my full information and everything on there. So feel free to come by and have a chat, or just let me know here. I appreciate it. Any interest, any feedback is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Just gonna get this out, and then we are going to wrap this up with the magic touch, which is my final little surprise. What I'm doing is I'm putting a special, that's right, it's a special dusting of my finishing touch, which is a copper glitter that is gonna just make it transform completely. Now I'm going to use my wood tool to kind of spread it a little bit more in a different direction. But for mostly, this is the part I love doing the most. And my abstract painting is absolutely complete. I'm doing like a fast spreading to get rid of any excess, and I'm going to use this tool one last time to do some special kind of engraving before it dries into the paint. And Ta-da! There you have it. The master transformation. If you go back to the first video we did, you will see what it looked like in the beginning. If you go back to the second video, you see the transformation from there. And then this is the final piece of the actual composition, the curation, and it's going to take at least, I give it a week for it to completely cure properly and dry. And this is the final piece. It's gorgeous. Look at that shine. This is what I love. I love this. This is my favorite part of the work I do, is the end result. It's just phenomenal and gorgeous, and there's a little piece of me in every painting I do. So feel free to like, subscribe, and we'll see you again. I see you. Have a good week, everyone.